Symptoms of distracted attention are anxiety, frustration, restless movements of the body, and irregular breathing. Now, when you're meditating, you want to avoid anxiety about the process, which means don't expect anything to happen. Just do what you've been taught to do all the time. Just sit down, do the process, sit there and wait. Don't expect anything to happen because your expectations push away the experience. Okay? Frustration. If you are trying to experience God, then essentially what you're saying is, I'm not a part of God. I am not one with God. So avoid frustration about knowing your preconceived notion about what it means to be in God. Because right now what you're experiencing, I know we went over this before, that's it. Okay? If you can be all right with this being it, then you've got it. Okay? And then those higher perceptions can come in. Then you can explore your clarity of consciousness, your cosmic consciousness, all these things. But before you can really, really get into that in a very true and authentic way, being okay with now, what is here right now, accepting that this is God right now, that this is you right now, that the way things are right now is it. Then you avoid frustration, you avoid anxiety, and you're able to be at peace. Because the divine samadhi comes when there's peace. Okay? So if you're trying to attain something, or if you're frustrated because you're not getting there, there is no peace there. So avoid frustration and avoid anxiety. Alright, now, we'll finish up with Sutra 32. To overcome these obstacles, one can meditatively concentrate on a chosen object or ideal. And then 33. The mind is purified by cultivating thoughts and feelings of friendship for others, compassion for those who are suffering, happiness for the well-being that others enjoy, and dispassion regarding what is observed. So we'll jump back up to 32. Any meditation technique you use is simply an anchor point. Okay. I was recently reading a commentary by Sri Yukteswar, and it was translated in English style, so this probably isn't how he talked. But basically what it came down to was he was telling one of his students, if you think that by me initiating you and putting my hands on your head that a chariot's going to come down from the heavens and you're going to be magically enlightened immediately, you're going to be extremely disappointed. Okay? So what he said was the point of initiation, the point of having a guru's blessing, the guru's sharing of grace, is simply from that point forward, you then decide what you want your life to be like. And that empowering touch helps it along. So it doesn't do anything for you. It just gives you the boost to allow it to occur. So for example, right now, if you wanted to take this very moment as a new beginning for you, and you wanted to take this very moment as a vow that from this point forward you're going to do your best to meditate on a regular schedule, to when you're not meditating, to not be preoccupied with meditation, but to in every interaction, in everything you're doing, sleeping, waking, eating, dreaming, what's going on around you, what you can experience is happening within you, then you're sending that intention out that you're ready to be awake right now. And now, of course, is the only time there is. So if you're ready to be awake right now, that sets in motion in this material world the prerequisites for your life to be aligned in a way that you will just naturally experience that state all the time. Meditation, that's why it's so great, because if you can be at peace for 30 minutes at a time, if you can be at peace for that 30 minutes, essentially what you're saying to the universe through your intention is, everything's all right. And the universe responds to your states of consciousness. So even if for 30 minutes you're saying everything's all right, what that does is it sends that wave out through the universe, and the universe says, oh, well, if everything's all right, we better make it so. All right? That's why in the yamas and niyamas, one of the key practices of yoga is truthfulness. Because the more you can tell the truth, experience the truth, share the truth, not lie, you align yourself with this universal consciousness, Ishvara, because it's about truth. And that's why they say that when an enlightened person says something, it has to happen, because they're one with truth. And if it's not there, then the universe says, well, he said it, so it must happen. And so the universe aligns itself. And you, as becoming saints and sages in and of your own right, by waking up, and you align yourself with that truth, when you can sit in that silence and be at peace, then the universe has to make it true that your life reflects that peace. So then, when you're not meditating, your relationships, your experiences, all will start to experience peacefulness. That's why the more people meditate, their life changes. It's not because there's anything magical about the process. You're just using natural laws to wake up. Okay. So keep that in mind. When you're meditating, when you can avoid frustration and anxiety, and you can be at peace, you're telling the world things are good. And when the world hears you say things are good, it aligns things so that they're good. All right. Now back to 32. That was a long way around. So you want to have a meditation technique that works for you, whether it be mantra, whether it be pranayama practice, whether it just be simply gazing in the candle, or simply sitting with that awareness that everything is within you. As long as you can hold your attention to that, that lets everything else fall away, and then you can be at peace. So, again, there's nothing special about any particular meditation practice. It just has to be able to hold your attention. The only empowerment that it has is the empowerment that you give it. That is why, if Yogananda initiated thousands of people into Kriya Yoga practice, and he told his close disciples, only a handful of these people are going to stick with it and get the benefits of it. So he was doing the quantity work by initiating whoever came to him. But the quality work were those people who understood the teaching for themselves and were able to apply it and empower it through their own self. So everything that you get, it comes from within you, the power of it. It doesn't come from anyone else.